One of the nice things about Bridgescore Plus is how easy it is to be able to develop something in it. So what we're looking at here is the screen which displays the list of events for a tournament, in this case the Atlanta Summer 2013 National. What I'd like to do, I'd like to know the number of teams that entered in each of these and also the number of tables. And the other thing is we have the ability, using some JavaScript here, to be able to sort. So we could sort on the event code, or we could sort on the date. I would like to add a little bit more capability. So this file contains all the information about the page that is being displayed. Well, instead of displaying a regular table, I want one with a few tools on it. So all I need to do is to change the class that we're in, and I have predefined a class which has got several extra tools. I'm going to add, after the sections, I'm going to add the number of teams and the number of tables. So this is a table header. And what we'll do here, we're just going to say we're going to count the number of teams in each session. So each session starts out with 0 teams. This is the code that actually displays the HTML that we're looking at. So what we have to do is say if the number of teams is going to be the number of teams plus, and this is all we need to do. So the underlying code is smart enough to know that we have a section, and a section has teams, and this just counts the number of teams. So we want to display the number of teams. And we then want to display the number of tables. The number of tables is a little bit more complicated. So let's just put in some code so that we can test this for the moment. What I'm expecting to see happen is we now have columns that we can move, columns that we can remove. Right now we only have this searchability. So what we are going to do now, out there by mistake, is we've got the ability of being able to move these columns around. So if I want to move the code column over here, and that was just by adding the different type of data table. Now got the ability of being able to hide columns. Well, I'm really not too interested in the session number or the code. So both of those now disappear. The number of tables. Well, the number of tables is not just the number of teams. So if the event is their event, then the number of tables we need to divide by 2. We want everything to appear not as an integer, but we can have half tables. And the other type of event is, if it's an individual event, we need to define the number of tables. So let's see how that now displays. We go back to the table and reload. No, we don't need to compile anything. We don't need to create new distributions. Everything is automatic. And there we've got the information that we want. So I'll sort by the date, What I'm going to do now is to copy all this information to Excel. I'm just going to call it Summer NADC. This is another way of being able to extract information by using smart tables. So I can now go edit, or open up the Excel, and here is all the information. So what I can now do is I can now do whatever I would like to do in Excel. So for example, if I wanted to count the number of tables, I could say some years. Now, that table is inaccurate compared to how ACDL actually calculate. For example, if we have an education foundation with 8 teams in the bracket, then there will be 8 tables in the first round, 4 in the second, 2 in the third, etc. So in order to count the number of tables which are actually going to be reported, got a little bit more logic to do. We could either do it in Excel, or we could do it back in the code. But that's very simple and very quickly how easy it is to be able to add new features or change the existing code.